Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's time for a brand new Shop My Stash. It's not officially summer yet, but I'm feeling the summer vibes. I'm ready for like the bronzy, fun makeup, the glowy skin, the pops of color on the lips, the fun nail colors. I'm ready, I'm here for it. My clients are here for it. We're all ready. It's been a long, hard winter. And I'm ready to make that change. So I sat down on the weekend and I was in that mood to sort of like dig through my products and see what was inspiring me, and I filled up a box. It's gonna be kind of a big one this time. Now, I haven't included any eyeshadows in this, any eyeshadow palettes, I should say, in this Shop My Stash because I am still doing my 2022 palette challenge. I will link those videos in the description box down below if you want to check those out. But I am challenging myself in 2022 to use all of my eyeshadow palettes at least once and in different ways than I would normally use them. So because of that, I am still kind of giving myself the freedom to just pick whatever eyeshadow palette is inspiring me that day. And I've pulled other products out of my collection to sort of get excited about and focus on for the season. So let's get started. I do these Shop My Stash videos seasonally. I like to pull products out of my collection that are inspiring me for that season, and I put them in sort of the top drawer of my makeup vanity. And I don't limit myself to just using the products within the Shop My Stash. I just want to make sure that I'm focusing on those items because, again, they're the things that are inspiring me at the moment. So diving straight in, I have a couple of sort of different products for a Shop My Stash. So I have a couple of like glowy body products here. So I have the Eloise Get Gleaming Body Glow Illuminator. I have the shade Champagne Rich. This is a really beautiful product. I do believe I got this in a BoxyCharm. These are the products that I forget to use. I'm just not somebody that remembers to put like makeup on my body, you know, but I just think it looks so pretty. When I see it on other people, I'm like, oh, why am I not doing that? So I thought if I pulled these products out, put them in the top drawer of my vanity, I might remember to use them and be one of those like people with the shimmery body. So this one is really beautiful. It's, as I said, Rich Champagne is the shade. So it's got a really nice glow to it. That's what it looks like right there. Now it does say that it dries down completely and doesn't transfer on your clothes. I wouldn't necessarily agree with that, but that's what it looks like there. It does look really beautiful kind of on the like collarbones and on the sort of fronts of the shoulders right here. We'll do a little bit of this. Don't mind my eczema. So it just gives you a little bit of a shine. Really, really pretty. This one I wouldn't put necessarily like all over the body, but you would sort of highlight certain areas with this one. The other one that I wanted to include, I actually have this one on today. This is the Rachel Couture Face and Body Shimmer Spray. I got this in a Babe box, and this one's definitely more of a liquid, and it's a much more subtle kind of all over glow. I do have this on today. I just did like a couple of sprays on my chest and on my arms. Again, like I said, much more subtle. This one you really don't have to worry about it getting on your clothes because it doesn't have a colored base the way that this one does. It's much more of like a clear base with just a little bit of shimmer to it. So kind of gives me a couple of different options depending on what I'm wearing. This one is also really nice on the legs. This one feels like water on, so it doesn't feel sticky or greasy or anything like that. This one definitely has a little bit more of a makeup-y texture to it. Kind of jumping around all over the place, I have this product here from Saie. So this is their Glowy Super Gel, and I have the shade Star Glow. This is like a liquid highlight. You can use it as a liquid highlight. You can also use it all over the face underneath of your foundation or on its own for just an all over glow. I've used this a few times. I didn't give it the best review, but I haven't actually tried it all over the face with like a foundation over top. This is what it looks like here. It's just like a really pretty glow. I didn't love it as like a standalone highlight, but I think it could be really great just kind of all over, or even on like a no makeup day. I think that's really pretty. The smell of it is just awful. I think that's one of the reasons I gave it such a poor review. The smell of it is not good. And it's interesting because I've heard other people say, oh, I love the smell of this. It literally smells like plastic to me, like chemicals and plastic. But anyways, I want to try this out in a few different ways. I see a lot of people talking about this on YouTube and I feel really left out. So I'm like, maybe I didn't give this a fair chance. Maybe I need to try it out in some different ways. Maybe using this in that same way of just like putting some on the collarbones and the shoulders, like maybe that's the move. So I do want to play around with this a little bit more, and I thought if I put it in the top drawer of my vanity, I might remember to do so. I also have a couple of highlights here from Merit that I wanted to, you know, give some love to. I have the shade Bounce and the shade Canva. Canva is a little bit more of like a champagne kind of a shade, and Bounce is a little bit more of a rosy kind of glow. They're pretty subtle. So that's Bounce and that's Canva. Kava. Jamie, it's called Kava. So those are those right there. They're really, really beautiful. You can blend them out to be very subtle, or you can build them up to be like pretty glowy. And I do really love the cream products in the summertime. I just think these look so flattering on the skin. These types of cream products are just so seamless and flattering, and I just love them so much. These Merit ones are really, really good. I can put them on over top of my foundation. I can put them on over top of powder. They have worked really in any way that I've tried to use them, and I kind of tested them out and loved on them for quite a while, and then I put them in my drawer and I've completely forgotten about them. So it's time to pull them out. Summertime is the perfect time for a product like that. Keeping up with that theme of like cream products for the face, I did pull some of these like mini sized products that I thought A, I'd like to focus on, but B, would also make really good like travel products. I have the Milk Makeup Bronzer Stick in the shade Baked. I have just the mini size. I've had this forever. It has lasted me a lifetime. I don't even know if I've ever had to like twist it up, but this is my favorite cream bronzer that I have in my collection. It really does stay put better than others. Like it doesn't slip and slide all over my face. So even in the summertime when it's hot and my skin is a little bit more oily, this one does tend to stay put really well. So I thought this would be a really great option. We also have a couple of little like weekend getaway type trips planned for the summer, and this is just such an easy thing to pack in my little overnight bag. So really, really love this one. It's a really great color. It's a little bit deeper than what I would normally go with in like the winter and fall time, but for summer when I've got a little bit of a tan, it is really a nice tone. Not too orangey, but definitely still warm. And then I've got a couple of cream blushes here in like mini sizes that I thought would be a good addition. So I've got the MCoBeauty Cheek and Lip Tint in Flamingo Pink. This one is a really pretty, almost red toned liquid blush. Oh my gosh. Every time I open this, I lose so much product. The other part of that is I think I might be able to use this up this summer. I was contemplating putting it in the project pan, but I don't even know if I'm gonna need to. I'm going through it very quickly, and it's a really pretty, it looks very red when I initially swatch it. As you can see, it's a very kind of red-based blush, but as you blend it out, you get this really pretty, almost like sunburn shade that's very flattering, and it blends out really, really nicely. You do have to be a little bit careful with this one in the way that you apply it. It can lift up your foundation underneath, but it's really nice with like a tinted moisturizer applied with a dual fiber brush. Really, really pretty, and it wears pretty nicely. It does kind of fade off throughout the day, but in a nice even way. And then I have this mini one from Rare Beauty, and this is, oh, it's in the shade Grace. It's on the top. This was just like a deluxe size sample that I got with a Sephora order. It's not my absolute favorite formula. I think this is one of the matte ones. I've heard that the more glowy ones are a bit better, but this is the shade right there. Definitely a little bit more on the rosy side compared to the other ones. You can kind of see the difference. But again, such nice little small sizes. Great to just toss in my travel makeup bag. And because they are so small, like maybe I could use them up. That would be really cool. Imagine using up a blush. Speaking of blushes, I do have a couple of powder blushes here that I want to put into my everyday makeup drawer. And I did talk about these recently in a older drugstore favorites video. I will link that in the description box down below, but these are a couple of older favorites of mine. So I have the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, cult classic. Everybody knows this one. It's that beautiful peach with like a golden sheen to it. Would actually be really pretty with the look that I have on today, although I have a different blush on today. Really, really beautiful. I wanted to give myself a couple of powder blush options. And then I also have the Essence Mosaic blush in the Berry Connection for something a little bit more cool toned, depending on the look that I'm going for that day. So in all of these rotations where I haven't been including eyeshadow palettes, I've been trying to include a couple of like special shadows. So last season I had a couple of like liquid eyeshadows, like a couple of Stila ones. This time around I'm going with these Ace Beaute Glimmer shadows. I have the shade Ice Latte and Cotton Candy. These are two of my faves to wear in the summer. In the summertime, I tend to go in with more of a warm toned eye look. And something like maybe a little bit more bronzy or a little bit more peachy. So these are very complementary to that sort of style or color story that I'm going for. So you can see those are just like really sparkly and fun. So you can kind of just do like bronzer in the crease and tap one of these all over the lid. And it just looks so special and beautiful and very dimensional. So it looks like you've put more work into your look than you actually have. And then I also wanted to include this little product from Milk Makeup. So this is their Color Chalk, and I have the shade Hopscotch. And these are an interesting formula. So this is what it looks like. It's literally like a little chalk. And you can use this for a lot of different things. So this is the shade that I have. It's like a very bright, reflective champagne color. So again, this is a really nice one for travel because you could use that as your highlight. You could tap it all over the lid. You could absolutely use that as like an inner corner highlight. And it's not a liquid, so you don't have to worry about it, you know, leaking. It's very reflective. Doesn't that look great? So pretty. And because it's so teeny tiny, it's such a small little thing, it just gets lost in the drawers of my makeup collection. So I wanted to pull this out. I thought it would go really well with sort of the looks that I'm envisioning. And then I've got quite a few lip products in here, and like quite a few. But I want you to understand, I want you to understand something. So I'm really into like lip glosses, lip oils, lip balms. Like that's really what I'm wearing right now. I think after 2 years of not wearing lip products, I'm almost intimidated by all of these like brighter colors, longer lasting formulas, liquid lipsticks, stuff like that. I'm so out of the habit of wearing those things that they're just kind of sitting in my collection, even though I could wear them now. So I pulled all of these out with the intention that even if I only wear them one time, I would be happy with that, because these are all colors and formulas that I really love. So actually what I have on today is this one from Urban Decay. So this is their older formulas. They don't have these anymore. They have relaunched the Vice lipsticks, but this is the shade Streak, and this is one of the like more sheer formulas. So it's a really pretty, almost corally pink color. It's very sheer. You don't need a mirror to put it on. It's a very like low maintenance lip color, but a really fun color, really great for summer. And again, just one that I keep forgetting that I have. Another one that's a really easy to wear, easy to apply formula is this one from Rare Beauty. So this is their Dewy Lip Balm, and I have the shade Blessed. Again, very similar actually in color to the Urban Decay one that I just showed you guys, and it's very balmy, and I haven't used this a ton since I got it. I do believe I got this in the winter time in a BoxyCharm, and it just wasn't the time of year where I would wear that type of color or that type of formula. So I want to play around with that one some more. Maybe I don't need both of these. I'm not really sure. I've got a bullet lipstick here from Bite Beauty. So sad. Are we all so sad that Bite is closing? I'm really sad about it. I really love Bite Beauty. They have some really great lip colors. This is their Amuse Bouche lipstick in the shade Sangria. I really want to get some use out of this because the Bite Beauty formula was so natural and like food grade type of cosmetic products that they don't keep forever. And I have had this for a couple of years now, so I'm worried this might be the last summer that I'm gonna have this. So I definitely want to get some use out of it. It's a really pretty, almost like fuchsia shade right there, really beautiful. Would be even nice with like an eye look like I have on today, something simple and kind of bronzy with like a pop of color on the lips. And then I've got some liquid lipsticks here, and to be very honest with you, I haven't worn liquid lipsticks in over 2 years, like well over 2 years. So the question I'm asking myself is, do I want to keep my liquid lipsticks in my collection because I have some colors that I really love, but am I gonna wear them? So I need to start wearing them to find out if I'm gonna wear them, right? And these are colors, as I said, that I really love. I just watched, there's so many swatches happening. So I have the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade, I don't know, I've worn the writing off. It's this one. It's kind of a metallic-y pink shade. I really can't remember what it was called. I'm so sorry about that. If I can find it, I'll have everything linked down below that I can find. But this is the shade right there. It's got a little bit of a metallic finish to it. It's a really unique color. These Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink liquid lipsticks, these are the only non-cruelty free lip products that I have kept in my collection because I was such a fan of this formula. It was my absolute favorite formula to wear. They smell weirdly good. Like you don't expect a liquid lipstick to smell really good. A lot of people don't like these because they stay sticky, but that's what I like about them. They don't have that chalky feel to them. And this color, this is the shade Heroine, is just the most beautiful, like corally, orangey red shade. So beautiful for summer. So I want to see do I still love these? And if so, do I keep them all? I have a number of these, or do I weed out the ones that I'm not gonna wear? And then I also have quite a few of the Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. This is the shade Pinky Promise. This again is like a really beautiful kind of hot pink shade, really unique to my collection. That's that one right there. Just like really fun pops of color. And then last but not least, I have this one from Doucce, and this is their Luscious Lip Stain in the shade Passionfruit. And again, I haven't worn this one in so long. I'm like, is it still good? Can I still wear it? It's such a fun, like orange color. So I just thought these would be really fun, like pops of color. As I said, even if I only wore them one time, I would be okay with that. They just need to like come out of the drawer and get used. My hand's getting like real crazy over here. And then last but not least, I have some like bronzer type products. So I have this bronzer here from Nude by Nature, and this is their shade Bondi Bronze. And this is like a loose bronzer. I haven't used this in so long. I don't know if I can show you because there's no like way to close the sifter, but it's a really pretty, like, just kind of, my hand's all liquid lipsticky now. That's the shade of the bronzer. It's kind of one of those like easy to wear because it's a loose formula. You can build it up or you can just do a really soft application. I have been working for so long on my Physicians Formula bronzer in my project pan that I've neglected all of the other bronzers in my collection, and I'm almost done with that butter bronzer. So I wanted to give myself the option to play around with a few other bronzers because I don't think I'm going to add another bronzer to the project right away, just because I have been working on the same one for so long. So I wanted to give that one some love. Again, it would be a good one to travel with. It's nice and small. I think this is like a deluxe size sample or something like that, or a mini size that I had gotten as like a gift with purchase or something like that. And then last but not least, I have the Ofra On The Glow palette. I got this last year in a boxy charm, and I was so excited about it. And I've barely used it. Again, I've been trying to pan that butter bronzer, but this is what it looks like here. You've got all kinds of fun bronzers and highlights, and there's a blush up here, and there's just so much going on. I think this is such a beautiful palette. I was so excited to get it, but it's so big that I have to store it like in the back of the drawer where I keep my bronzers, and so I just keep forgetting that it exists in there. So I'm gonna put it right on top of my vanity so that I can see it and use it and play with it and love it, because it's just so beautiful. This is definitely not one that I would want to travel with or anything like that, but so pretty. So much going on there, so many textures and tones, so I think that could be really great. So these are the products that I'm going to focus on for the summer of 2022. Lots of bronzers, lots of glowy skin, fun pops of color on the lips. I'm really excited. I'm feeling very inspired by my collection. I encourage you to do the same if you're feeling a little blah about your makeup. Just get in that kind of mood and then sit down and look at everything that you have. Maybe pull some things to the front that you've forgotten about and just play around with it. It's makeup. It's supposed to be fun. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon in another video. Bye.